the house itself and why I even have it is a whole totally another horrible issue that it's just I'm just frustrated. She caught me at a time when I was just telling him off.
Oh my gosh. Well, hopefully I
So
can be an easy button for you. Whether you do business with me or not, I'd love to just help and help you through this journey of yours. For me, not every call is a deal, and for me, it's all about relationship more than anything. At the end of the day, if you and I don't do business about this particular deal, hopefully you'll remember me for being the nice guy that helped you out, and maybe you can refer me to other people in the future. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Um, so tell me, so if you don't mind me asking, so you said that you had a contract on this property, but it expired on January 27.
yes.
Did you guys get any extensions on it, or it just expired?
And no extension. Nothing else has been signed.
Okay.
And so I don't know where I stand with that. I mean, I even told him just now that I have got a notice of termination buyer contract that I can send over to him and we'll just call it quits. So, do you have a few minutes?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd be more than happy. Like I said, I'm here to help you out. You're my last person I was gonna call. I saw your text. I was like, I gotta call Carrie because she was like, is this a bot? I'm like, no.
I know, and I'm just aggravated. The situation with this house is it's my ex husband. We share a minor child together. I know majority of people can't stand their exes because everybody's ex is a piece of crap. Well, this guy, literally, you look it up and this is him. But regardless, we share a child together. He suddenly, unexpectedly passed away last February. No sweat off of my back. I could, sorry, and I'm a religious person, but I could care less that he's gone. It was a relief.
Yes, yeah, I got you. Okay.
So my heart broke for my son, of course. So anyway, so because my son is an heir, that's how I'm involved in this house. There was
Okay.
no will. We're not going through probate. I hadn't been in the house in 12 years from when we got our divorce. My son lived there with him, and I had no idea the condition of this house. Otherwise, I would have. That's a whole nother story. But the condition of the house is horrible, horrible. It's either going to have to be a full tear down, although the bones of the house are good from what I can see and what other investors and contractors have told me.
Okay. So the bones are good, but it's a tear down. All right.
Yeah, it's sits on just under. Well, I'm sure you know this. Just under 2 acres.
Mm-hmm.
The the guy bought the house like 25 years ago, probably for 80 or 90,000. Well, because of how he is and mismanages his money and bankruptcies and file and refis and blah blah blah, he still owes 70 on the house. Well, now it's more than that because it hasn't been paid on since October of 2023.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So all those arrears plus the mortgage balance is due.
Oh.
But we can't find it. Nobody's wanting to pay that much for a house they're going to have to put that much into so that
Yeah, I
we
see
make
what you're
some
saying.
money off of it. And the only reason, sorry to interrupt you, the only reason we're I'm involved with his family disowned him. So I still call his mother and father my in-laws, even though, it's by my divorce. But they disowned him. So they hadn't spoken to the guy in 10 years. And where was I going with this? Oh, the only reason have any kind of desire to do anything is because of my minor child. Plus, there's a 25-year-old adult son that he had with another wife.
Okay.
So our end game is to try and get them something. When I was talking to the 25-year-old, I'm like, we can walk away from this he does the situation. He's leaving totally up to me. He says, but it was my childhood home, and I'd like to try and get something. Well, this current investor I've got now, and actually my phone keeps going off. He's trying to call me and text me because he got my message.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying that he would give us $20,000 up front and then do that. I don't know the right wording, subject to the loan.
Subject to, yep.
Yeah, but this was back in December. And I only remember it was December because it was my birthday weekend that he wanted to sit down and talk. And that was December 13th. So this has been going on since then, and nothing has happened.
Oh my gosh. I know what he's trying to do. I got you. All right.
So we got somebody in, there's a nonprofit here in San Antonio, Texas that put together for us an affidavit of heirship.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. That's the first thing we would do.
Yes. But it didn't, this title company that this investor uses, one says it has to have information about the first marriage plus our marriage on there, and it didn't have that. So they're having to redo the affidavit of heirship.
Yeah.
Which I am clueless. I've never purchased a home, so I don't know all this terminology or the process or anything. And that's what's so frustrating because the ball's not rolling.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm ready to call it quits. The only reason I haven't is because of the two boys. I just want something for the boys. It's not going to be much. 10,000 each is not much considering, but then again, to a 25-year-old, 10K is going to be woohoo.
Yes, right. Cancun, baby, let's go.
Exactly.
I got you.
So, it's just the house. Back to the house. It needs a roof. It's leaked to the inside. There's black mold in the ceilings. Part of the ceiling. The eaves all around the house are rotted. Nobody's mentioned termites. None of that. All the flooring needs to be redone. Most of the house is just the foundation. The central air. There is central air, but the unit doesn't work. And I had no idea this. It broke my heart when I found out. My son just thought it was normal to live like that.
Oh, no.
Some people live like that. I mean, even though coming to my house where you have running, air and heat. But anyway, what else about the house? The windows are going to need to be replaced. One of the bathrooms, there's two bathrooms. The master bath, I have no idea if it works. It worked when I was there 12 years ago. The other bathroom that's used all the time is functional. There's a little leak when the toilet is flushed down around the seal of the toilet. The sink drips, little things like that. But like I said, we've had through different investors that have sent their contractors out there. We've ranged from 50 to 70 to rehab. Two contractors said they would just totally tear it down.
Yeah.
So we're just frustrated, me and the family.
Got it. Okay, so let me ask you a couple quick questions, and then let's see if I can help you out. And like I said, whether you do business with me or not, I just want to help out. Obviously, if you do business with me, great. If not, no problem. Okay, because I do understand your situation, and I always say I'm a human being first versus an investor. So let me help you out first. So a couple of quick questions. One, for the house, you said 20,000 is what you'd like to get for the two kids. How much is the loan and with the arrears and everything? Do you know how much it is total?
Yes, actually, I was talking to my mother-in-law, and I picked up the mail the other day, and this is dated. This is from the mortgage company. Where's the date on this thing? Anyway, the balance shows All right, it says 69, but hold on, let me get I have so much papers here. Oh, amount current due to get caught up is 13.8.
13,800.
Yeah, 13,881.
That's to get it caught up. Those are the arrears.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that was as of 2/1 of 25.
Okay.
Outstanding principal is 69,167. This dude, I mean, the interest rate on this is 3.6. I don't know what else kind of information.
So 13. Now, no one has paid for this for a while now. How come he hasn't gone through foreclosure or anything like that at all?
I don't know. See, that's another thing. I have no idea. I did get served.
So you're looking at 83,048.
I can't remember when I got served. It was in January sometime. But nothing's been done. And what aggravates me, speaking of being served, is my name is not even on any of this stuff.
No, it's not
connected to me because of my son.
No, it's actually it's under is your ex-husband's name Gene?
Gene, yeah.
Yeah, it's still under his name.
Yeah. So
And
I got served. Anyway.
Okay, so it looks like there's a total of $83,000 and 48. So let's just say 83,000, and that's how much is owed total. That's arrears plus the principal. And then you said you would like to get 20K, so that would put it at 103,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, question for you. I just want to make sure this is correct. This is a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,180 square feet. Does that sound about right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
4,211.80, and this is pretty much a full gut.
Mm-hmm.
Question for you, and you might know this by now since you've talked to quite a bit of people. How much can that house sell for once it's updated, once it's remodeled?
I don't have any idea because I don't know real estate. There is about 2 miles up the road from that a brand new subdivision where houses, of course, it's a new subdivision with HOA, I'm sure, but the sign marketing that subdivision says houses starting at 300. There's houses, the 169 Peaceful Lane, the house to the left, we think is manufacturing drugs. The house to the right is a mobile home. It's a brand new, it's probably maybe 5-year mobile home. The guy keeps up with his property. He races horses. So he's the one actually looking out at the property because it's sitting vacant. People across the street, they're like recluses and they just have ramshackles that they live in. Right next to them is a really nice mobile home with a nice yard, fenced yard, So it's just in this area, it's just hit or miss. However, it's south side of town, but it's one of those areas that's coming up. It's industrial kind of area out there. There's a Toyota manufacturing plant out there. So it's growing, but just on this street and the streets next to it, it's just hit or miss what your neighbor's going to be. Yeah. Most of the pieces of property are about the same size. They're narrow but long. And usually I would say 2 acres, acre and a half to 2 acres. So
yeah,
it's just.
And this is not a mobile home, right? It's not a manufactured home, or
no.
is it? It's an actual home.
It's a home, yeah. It's on foundation. So to answer your question, I don't know. When we started last year looking into what we were going to do with it before we found out there was a mortgage on it. My mother-in-law said that it was, when she looked up on the county appraisal, it was appraised, is either right at 200 or 220. Of course, when we found out the condition of the house and everything, there's no way. I mean, I don't even know if we could get enough to pay off the mortgage.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So then my question to you then now becomes, what is the ideal solution for you? What would you like to accomplish?
Like I said, our end goal is just to try and get something for the boys.
Something for the boys. Okay.
And, we've even talked about, my mother-in-law and I, even if we got $5,000 each for the boys, at least that's something. But the headache that we've had to deal with this for it's been 13 months now since he passed. Is that really worth $5,000 for the boys? Do we really want to keep going?
Yeah.
And I said, no. I said, just let the bank take it back. Let them do whatever. But then when the older son told me I'd like to try and get something because, my childhood home, then that kind of got at my mama heartstrings. So
yeah.
I don't know. And I don't know.
I got you. Okay.
It's a tough situation all around.
Got it. And then the quotes that you guys got for the rehab, you have copies of those quotes, or was it just all verbal?
Yeah, just all verbal.
It was just all verbal, right?
Had one guy just drive down the driveway and got out of his truck and then he didn't even say anything. He just got back in his truck and backed out. I don't know how old you are, but if you know who Sanford and Son is, that's who I compare the property to. Although we've cleaned it up, it still looks pretty bad.
Yeah. And just curious, would you know how much we can get rent for that if we decide to rent it out? After we fix it, obviously.
If it's fixed up and everything, man, I easily you could probably get 2,000. I'm in a small community about 20 minutes from his property. I don't know if this gives you any kind of idea. And I'm in a 2-bedroom, 2-bath duplex I think it's 980 square feet, and I pay $1,100. And then looking for myself and my son, because this is just too small for us, wanting to buy or rent. Rents are going here and now anywhere from 15 to, I just saw a house yesterday that was rehabbed and they're wanting 2,200 to 32.
Yeah.
I think 1,200 square feet. So, that just gives you something to compare to.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I would love to be able to help here. Let me see what I can do. Okay. I'm just looking at some of the properties in the area and what's selling in that price point or in that neighborhood. Just bear with me. See, there's one that just got sold literally a couple of weeks ago, February 21st, 2 days after my birthday. So it's a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom, 1,200 square feet. That's pretty much the same as yours, right? Or at least your ex-husband's. And it's 1,200 square feet. Yours is 1,180. Your property. By the way, I keep saying your property, but you know what I mean. Your property.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's built in 1983. But this one, and I'll text you so you can see what I'm looking at. Okay, give me 1 second, just for full transparency, so you know what I'm talking about. This thing got sold for $90,000. It shows on Homes.com as 105 because because Texas is a non-disclosure state, so they can only show what was the last listed price. It's not the sold price. Now I have software to be able to look into the county, and so this property actually got sold for $90,000 at the end of it all. So take a look at it. I just sent you a text. Did you see that?
Okay.
Take a look at it. Once you see it, let me know.
Yeah. Let me pull it up here. Is this on the same road? Oh my goodness. Big Leaf. I don't know where that's at.
Big Leaf.
Okay.
That's very near you. Well, let me double check how far it is. It's probably within like a mile or less.
Yeah, and that's a lot. That house is actually livable.
That house is actually livable, exactly. So
there's one that's on the same road. I don't know if you've seen it. I want to say it's 1645 Peaceful Lane that they just rehabbed, and I can't remember if it's for rent or sale though. But either way, that would give an idea too. At the very end, we just had
1645. You said, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it was 1645.
Peaceful Lane.
It's definitely Peaceful Lane, and it's the last one on the road. I can't remember the crossroads though.
Is it McRae Crossing?
No, I don't think so. Did you happen to see this one, the inside online, the pictures? Because they had this investor. That's a good question I could ask you.
Yeah.
How could he have listed it
without
the investor?
They listed your property?
Yeah.
Oh, you probably. So what it is probably the contract that he had you sign. Gave him temporary authority to list it on the market. I don't do that, just to let you know. When I am upfront and honest with the seller and just say, hey, here's how I'm gonna attack this problem to solve yours. And then I mentioned that. So if he didn't tell you that, I always get a little ticked off when people are not fully transparent with the sellers. You know what I mean? Because then there's surprises, and like I said, it just gives us a bad name, and I just absolutely hate it. Okay, so this is how I'm looking at it. From an investor's point of view, okay? So that house that you saw, and by the way, that is less than a mile away from you. If you put in directions on Google, you can see where it is.
Okay.
But right now, let's say you and I do business together, okay? Let's assume that for a second. If I were to buy this from you, here's how I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the properties in the area. After fully fixed, I can probably sell it for 230, maybe 260 at the top end if I'm lucky. Okay. Does that sound like a pretty safe assumption based on what you know of that area?
Maybe a little high, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a little high because this one that you just showed me, it's 225, right?
Yeah, that's that one I was talking about.
Perfect. Okay, so 225. So I can go off of this one, but this one is active. So yes, you're right. So if I were to compete with this guy, I probably want to put it at 225, especially your house has one more bedroom. So I could probably do it like at 230. That is for that extra bedroom.
I was trying to find. See, it was listed online, and then the listing expired, and I want to say it expired the day our contract expired. Oh, here it is. Okay, let me send this to you too, so you can see the inside.
Please, that would be great. And would you happen to have a copy of the contract that you signed?
Yeah, I'm sure I've got it in my email.
Okay, but you said you're 100% sure that it expired already, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if it expired already, then that's not a problem.
Yeah. Okay, so I sent you that link. So all the stuff that's in the pictures that's in the house is still currently in the house. So that was another thing some of the contractors were concerned about, is having to spend the money to.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get it out of there.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
And believe it or not, this is like a quarter of what was in there, maybe half. We've emptied out a bunch.
This was a quarter.
Yeah, it was just.
I'm looking at it. Oh, whose listing is this? Is this the guys? They listed it for you for 160.
Yeah, that's
Jesus.
the listing that I found.
These guys don't know what they're doing. They listed it for 160. So
there was, and we cleaned up the property too. There was 6 non-working vehicles that were out there. I could just go on and on itself. Like, look at the ceilings, and you can see the mold, the wet stains and the mold stains in some of them. And when you zoom into the eaves on the outside, my heart broke when I saw all this.
Oh man! And your son was living like this, you said?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I'm so sorry to hear that.
Devastating. But
okay, so here's how I'm looking at it, Carrie. And once again, I'm just going to give you full transparency here from an investor's point of view. So that way you can understand, and then whatever you decide is up to you. Okay. So when an investor like myself buys a property like this, first thing we look at is how much can we sell it for once we fix the place. Based on what you just showed me, I can probably sell it for $230,000. Okay, because you have one more bedroom. So 230 is what I can sell it for. Okay. Now I have to back in that $70,000, which is the repair cost that you mentioned, right? It was 50 to 70. 50 is too little because you do have a 1,180 square feet house, and that is a full gut job, and that would be about 70,000 to do. Okay, just based on square footage and the pictures that I see here. So from 230, I got to subtract the 70 from it. Okay. And then on top of that, as an investor, I have to look at my closing costs when I sell the property, because I got to hire a realtor and I got to pay 2 of them. And then I also have to look at any carrying costs that I have to carry between now and when I sell the property. Okay. So between those 2 numbers, that's about 12 to 15% of 230. So that already brings it at $200,000. Sorry, not 200,000. About $30,000. So 230 minus 30, that gets me to 200. And then I got to subtract the $75,000 worth of rehab. And so that's going to get me down to, what is it? 125, 130. Is that right? So yeah, and so here's the thing, as far as my business concerned, like, I'm not trying to get rich off of one deal. I just need to make sure that I can keep the lights on and pay the staff. That said, my business model, which pretty much every investor is the same way, which is dollar in, dollar out. So if I put in $70,000 of repairs, I want to get as close as possible to $70,000 of profit. But here's the thing, because you owe so much, right? There's no way I can get to that 70,000 because I have to pay all that arrears and the principal balance, which brings it to 83,000. So right now, let's say, for example, if I buy this off of you for, let's say, 89,000, give each one of your boys $3,000 each, right? If I buy it for 89,000, my profit is only 37. And but just to let you know, when I buy it off you for 89, my all-in number is actually 192,000 because I have all those other costs that I got to put into it before I can
Right.
sell it for 230.
Yeah.
You
No,
know what I
get
mean?
that.
So
Yeah.
so this guy that got you under contract, he doesn't know what he's doing because how much was the contract for between you and him?
It's been so long since I've looked at it. He was gonna do this to catch up the arrears, and then give me 20, 10 for each boy.
100.
I
Yep.
want to say it was 90.
Yeah, it was 90, but he was trying to sell it for 160. So he was trying to make $50,000 even before fixing the property, which makes absolute no sense. And it actually kills me because of what you're trying to accomplish for your boys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just being greedy. I'm not. Like I said, in order for me to make this work, and I think for any investor, not just me, for any investor, we would have to be like under that $90,000 because there's a lot that needs to be done there. Just to clean that out, that's going to cost about $6,000.
Yeah. And that's kind of low, isn't it? One of the other guys told me to at least 10 by the time you have to pay for the dumpster thing and
Exactly.
and do it. And see, that's the issue we're running in that we've known since we figured this out. Is this even worth the headache of going through all of this? And it's just because of the boys that we're dealing with this. Well, I'm dealing with it. My mother-in-law's not even really involved in it, but
Yeah.
that's what breaks my heart is that I don't know where to go because I want to have something for the boys, but then again, it's not my responsibility. It was his.
Yeah. Well, how's this? I mean, you're outside of contract with the other guy. I would love to give this a try. I don't mind doing going on an agreement for 89,000. And by the way, I don't like to do 30, 60 days like everyone else. I'll just do a quick 14-day close on this.
Wow.
So in that way you just get it over with and you're off to the next chapter and you can go hand that $3,000 to each one of those boys and say, hey, here's from your dad.
Yeah. Okay, let me, I do want to talk it over with my mother-in-law. We just had an hour conversation about what to do. So let me call her. What time is it here? It's only 8. Let me see if I can get a hold of her and see what she says, Caesar. And can you give us a couple days to think about it and discuss?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm not the type of guy that strong arms people, right? At the end of the day, this is your guys' house. It's your decision, not mine. If you don't mind me asking, just so that I can be prepared when I call you guys back, what are some of the things that you like about my offer, and what are some of the things that you don't like? Like, what's the hesitation, and what do you like about it?
Only hesitation is because I just want to include my mother, the in-laws. She's got more common sense about this kind of stuff than I do, but I also do like the 14-day thing that you say, just because of what this other guy, just dragged on and on. So that's just really, I just want to be, I guess, respectful.
Got it.
Of them. And talking to them about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, just to let you know, the reason why I'm offering the 89 is just because I feel you. I understand. just for full transparency, a little personal here. I just lost my younger brother 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago, so September of 24. No, wait, what are we now? 23. And he left 2 kids behind as well. And so, to be perfectly honest with you, the price point for this particular property, based on how much needs to be done, should actually be just the 83,000, right? I should just say, hey, I'll just take this off of your hands, so the banks don't go after you. We'll pay the bank, and we're good to go. And that's really where the price point should be. But I'll do my best to get you guys that extra 6,000. So in those 14 days, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send multiple contractors. I already know you got the quote from 50 to 70, but that's why I asked if you had it in writing, or was it just verbal? Because since you don't have an official one, then I will have to go get my own. And then I just need to get multiple bids, right? So that I can get you guys as much as I can. And by the way, if I can give you guys more, I don't mind changing it later and giving you guys more, as long as I can keep the lights on the back end. I'd be happy for that. But I just do this every day, and I know that really the sweet spot is between 83 to 89. That is the sweet spot, and that's why I just went ahead and went for the top end for you. It is probably what I can do based on the type of work that I've done in that area and based on the pictures that you've shown me.
Okay.
Now, would it make sense for me to hop on a call with you and your mother-in-law, so at least I can explain everything that I explained to you so that she understands? Or what do you think would be best?
I was going to suggest that either me giving her your number when I talk to her, and do it that way, or we can do a 3-way, whichever.
Yeah, I mean, if we can do a 3-way, that would be great. Just so in that way, there's no he says, she says, and we don't play a telephone game, right? Like, I just want to make sure that everyone's on the same page, and that what I'm telling you is what I'm telling her, just for full transparency.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. And that's how we wanted it to be. And that's how I thought this other guy was. Like I said, he came recommended. And
if you don't mind me asking, who is this guy?
He's from here. His name is Aaron, and it's spelled EARON. You can Facebook stalk him if you want. Bevins, oh man, my Facebook closed. EARON, I think it's BEAV as in Victor, ONS, Bevins.
Bevan, okay. Got it.
You find him?
Yeah. I've seen him on YouTube and all that.
Have you?
Yeah. I'm definitely not part of this community, I'll tell you that much. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not a bad mouth anyone. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, numbers don't lie. You know what I mean? The numbers are there, and that's really the sweet spot. Just to let you know, by the way, I'm from the communist country of California with Governor Hair Gel over here. So I'm 2 hours behind you. So if you and your mother-in-law would like to speak with me now, I'd be more than happy to hop on a call and just quickly go over this with you guys and explain, just to see if this is something that you guys would like to do.
Okay. Yeah, let me see if I can get a hold of her. They're elderly, and I can't remember. She said they were having trouble with this time change.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think she would be in bed now, but you never know with elderly. So let me see if I can get a hold of her, and if anything, I can text her, and maybe we can set up a call for tomorrow evening or something.
I'd be more than happy to. And the only thing I ask for is please, before you sign any other contract, please let me know, because I don't want you guys to go through the same song and dance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the way I do things. And also, by the way, for full transparency, just to let you know, whenever I buy properties outside of my market, I do partner with local investors. And the only reason why I do that, is because I always want to make sure I have a set of eyes on my investment, especially on something like this where it needs a lot of work, right? And so if I can't drive down in 15 minutes and see what's being done to the house that I just bought, I always want to make sure I have a set of eyes. I want to make sure I have someone that can drive there in 15 minutes.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
now the good news for you is San Antonio is one of my main markets. I already have a lot of partners there. I know the numbers in that area, so I'm pretty confident and comfortable with this number. So yeah, so the only thing we need to do is just get my guys in there to make sure that, that we're good to go. But otherwise, I'm okay with that number. I'm ready to move forward with you guys if and when you are. So I don't want to keep rambling. So why don't you give your mother-in-law a call, and then if you guys can hop on a call right now, I'd be more than happy to. If not, we can do it tomorrow as well.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah. By the way, what's her name?
Her name's Debbie, and the same last name is Clower.
Yep. Okay. Perfect. Wonderful. All right, Carrie, it was a pleasure. Thank you. And let me know if she's available now. I can hop back on the call. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
So guys, that was a very interesting call. I know as wholesalers, we do have the ability to really help people out. And I think, gosh, I can't even speak just because of what happened there. It really ticks me off because the numbers don't make sense. How can this guy put it up on the market for 160,000 when the ARV is 230? Guys, just think about this. ARV is 230. It is a full gut, okay? 1,180 square feet. So I just want you guys to see this. And I feel like I have a duty to explain this to you guys. Okay? So just to show you guys, look at this thing. 230, $70,000 of rehab here for a full gut, right? 1,180 full gut job right there, 73. Okay? 89, 6,000. I'm not even getting any fees on this. And this guy locked her up at 90 or 100. And then he went to go sell it for, how are you going to move this property? Explain that to me. Can someone please explain this to me? How can you move this? What end buyer will buy a property for $160,000 just to be negative $27,000? This is absolutely insane, right? And not only that, he posted it online for $160,000. Of course, he's going to hear crickets. Who's going to buy it at that price point? Right? All I'm doing is I'm not trying to get rich off of this deal. I just want to help her out. This one is not even that great if you look at it. Okay? The only reason why I'm okay with this is because you can at least do a free house, and then you can also do a 1.2% here on the rent rate with 30% equity. So this is a great buy and hold if you were to keep the house. But on the flip side, guys, we got to stop this. I mean, how greedy can you be where you need $60,000 of assignment fee, right? And so what if this guy, I'm not going to mention his name and I'm going to block him out, or I blocked him out here, but what if he just was honest with this person and then just put it on the market for 95 or 99,000, and then it would have moved it already? So enough with that. That's just my crying plea to you guys that are wholesaling out there. Yes, we're here to make money. Yes, we have the opportunity to make those big commissions. But guys, when you have the ability to help someone out, Be a human being, right? Help someone out. Look, $6,000 is not a lot of money, right? But it's going to buy me 200 leads, 200 coupon club leads from speed to lead, which one of those 200 leads is going to land me a $30, $50, $60,000 assignment fee when it makes sense. So just wanted to bring that up. Hope that makes sense. Hopefully that talks some sense into you guys. Do the right thing. Earn your commission because you've solved the problem. You've provided a solution, and earn your assignment fee. All right, till next time.